The second baseman Sanford covering. One ball and two strikes. The count on a runner into scoring position. Chance for take the early lead. Apologies, still having on the left side. Shank charges in. He'll get rid of its sidearm and cut down Ford, ending the inning. Reed survives the walk and the stolen base. No runs, no hits, no errors, and landed at the end of a half inning. It is Long Island nothing, and the Barnstormers coming up. It is 1-0. Davidson Romero at third base. He's playing up against Darien. The shortstop, Vladimir Frias. L.J. Mazzilli at second. John Epistolo is the first baseman. Here's the delivery. Sanford with a swing and a foul. It is 1-1. The outfield has Darby Myers in left with Cade Gata in center and Lou Ford in right. Tonight, Hector Sanchez is doing the catching. Darian Sanford batting against Iorio. At 1 ball and 1 strike, we'll get you the Stormers batting order. Sanford tries to drop a bunt down. It's foul. 1-2. The count to Darien. Barnstormers with Sanford, followed by Devon Torrance in center, Caleb Gindel in right. The left fielder is Joe Turdoslavich. Destin Hood, the DH, batting 5th. Casey Hobson at first. Gope is the shortstop, batting 7th. Catcher hitting 8th is Anderson. And I have not seen the data as of yet, but I am of the opinion that the automated balls and strikes, or as I affectionately call it, STU, has ultimately benefited the pitching. Gindel stands in, and the Iorio pitch is swung on and lined into center field. Caleb now, the man with the hitting streak ongoing. Nothing like Applin had. That ended at 19 games last night. But for Gindel now, that is a 9-game streak.
National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a place with thousands of stories to be told. It's a place to relive baseball's greatest moments and share them with future generations. It's a place to experience the game and how it has shaped our history. Cooperstown is a destination with something for the entire family. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your trip to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown at baseballhall.org.
Enjoy baseball and stay in shape. The Lancaster Barnstormers have a great package for our more experienced fans to do both. The Silver Stormers package is open to all fans 55 and above. Get a ticket to all Tuesday home games. Take a walk around our beautiful stadium during the day on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Stormers t-shirt to sport to all of these events. The Silver Stormers is presented by A&E Audiology and Hearing Aid Center. Sign up today at the stadium or at LancasterBarnstormers.com.
Romero leads off the second for the Long Island Ducks. I apologize that I think we've kicked you out once or twice already tonight. Ryan Cortazzo over in the video room was having the same problem. We cannot seem to hold an internet connection, and we are on Ethernet. Darrell leading off here, and he takes a strike from Reed. It is 0-1. Long Island picked up a 2-out walk in the first inning. The Barnstormers got a 2-out single. Neither team able to turn it into a run. 0-1. Romero forced back off the plate by Reed. It is a ball and Nate Reed, a 30-game winner for the Barnstormers. He's 2 away from the franchise record in that category. He holds the franchise strikeout record. He's upstairs for ball 2. It is 2-1. 30 wins, 360 strikeouts. in a career that started here back in 2013. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Romero swung at a pitch, looked like up in his eyes, and we go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Catcher Hector Sanchez in the on-deck circle, a man who tied the game with a home run in the 8th inning last night. Looks like the group areas are pretty well full tonight, but there's a spot in the seating bowl for you if you want to drop on by. 2-2. Reed to Sanchez. The breaking ball, and that is strike 3 on the inside corner. And that's one of the differences with the automated balls and strikes. It benefits breaking ball pitchers. Those pitches that might end up being caught wide, or in this case, inside by the receiver, is actually cutting across the front corner of the plate, and Stu records that as a strike because it was at one fraction of a split second in the zone. And that's the way it's supposed to be, but it's almost imperceptible to the naked eye. First pitch strike in on Sanchez. It is 0-1. Well, that's strikeout number 361 for Nate Reed. 0-1 pitch, ground ball on the right side, hustling after it. Sanford comes to a sliding stop, and he'll throw him out. Darian Sanford is absolutely a marvelous second baseman. Who would have thought it? He went deep into the hole, flying to his left, spun around on a knee, and found Hobson's glove to throw out Sanchez, who, does not run like Darian Sanford. He probably also doesn't field second base like Darian Sanford, but he's a pretty good hitter. 2 outs, and here is John Apostolo, the first baseman. He's batting .212 with no home runs, and Apostolo has driven in 3. Long Island has lost 16 players, Wally Backman told me yesterday, and Apostolo, a local guy that's filling in one of those spots, he takes a strike. It is 0-1. 6'2", 200-pound right-handed Meadows, New York. Pitches in on the hands and fouled away. It's 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Top half of the second inning, scoreless tie. Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers looking to get back to the winning ways that had produced 7 wins in 8 ball games in one stretch here. The 0-2 is right there. Strike 3 called. Apostolo goes down looking. Reed chalks up another strikeout, nothing across. Nate's retired 6 of 7 so far. And at the end of an inning and a half, we are still scoreless at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Lancaster Bible College has been around since 1933. That they offer degrees in much more than just Bible. LBC offers degrees in criminal justice, business, professional counseling, and more, as well as graduate and seminary degrees. For it between Reed and Iorio so far. We've had some low-scoring ball games on this homestand. 1 strike to the designated hitter Hood, and the fastball is up, making it 1-1. Caleb Gindel owns the ball game's only hit so far. LJ Mazzilli has drawn a walk, and that's as far as we've gotten. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hood. The motion, the pitch, breaking ball, and that is hit well out the left field. Retreating on it is Myers. Myers all the way back to the fence and can't reel it in. Hood will glide into second with a leadoff double here in the second inning. Destin gave it a ride to left. The wind sort of blowing in that direction tonight. Might have helped out slightly. Farmers with a man in scoring position. That's the 5th double for Destin Hood. Now here's Casey Hobson. And I'm interested to see if the layoff due to the suspension will actually be of benefit to KC, who has not played since before the brawl a week ago tonight. His average 212, 14 home runs, 52 runs batted in. And the first pitch to him is smashed, handled by Apostolo, who will take it to the bag. Hood able to motor ahead to third on the play. There's one out, and Gift and Gope will step in. At Hobson, before the suspension, was just 1 out of 21 in the series at Sugar Land. So the layoff, perhaps a good thing mentally, if nothing else. And, of course, the suspension, because of missing the game in the New Britain series with the weather, back another day. But Casey very much glad to be back in there tonight. Here's Ngope. He's 3 out of 13. He'll face a drawn-in infield. Destin Hood will not be coming on contact. The pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. Destin's speed at the moment a little bit limited, but he's in the lineup at least as the designated hitter. He'll be back 100% shortly. 1-0, and Gope swings and knocks it foul off to the right and out of play. It's 1-1. Anderson De La Rosa, the Barnstormers catcher, waits on deck. 2 nights ago, the Barnstormers had a tough time in these situations, 1 for 4, driving in the runners from third base with fewer than 2 outs. And Ngope will have to get the ball past the infielders here, I imagine. 1-1, and he is able to do just that. A drive deep to right field, way back it goes, and the walls will not contain it. Gift and Ngope with his first Atlantic League home run. He's figured it out. Go to right field here at Clipper Magazine Stadium, and he's given the Barnstormers a quick 2-0 lead. Hood had the greater distance, but in this oblong ballpark, you get it to right, and you can put the ball out. It's the 4th hit for Ngope. He has 1 of each variety. Single, a double, a triple, and a home run in his 5 games here. Anderson De La Rosa will come to the plate. De La Rosa batting .260 with 4 home runs, and he's driven in 23. Zach Shank waiting on deck to De La Rosa. It is right straight through from Iorio. No balls and 1 strike. Last night we had a very long first inning in which little happened. First inning and really into the bottom of the second, going pretty quickly this evening. Breaking ball for a 2nd strike. It's 0-2. De La Rosa in his last game was 1 out of 3, batting 5th in the order. He swings and misses here. 2nd strikeout for Iorio, and with 2 away, Shank will step in. Zach 195 with 9 runs batted in. Local product is Zach, former AAA utility battle organization. Some of his good friends from that system scattered throughout this league, including his own teammate Andrew Applin. First pitch, a fastball misses, and it's ball 1, no strikes. Defense set straight away against Shank, who still has only 1 hit against Long Island all year. Ball 2 is wide of the plate, 2-0. Two-run home run by Ngope, putting the Barnstormers on top here in the 2nd inning. Shank, good-looking swing, but he fouls it back, 2-1. On deck, the top of the order, Darian Sanford, the Barnstormers' left fielder. Signs are given by Sanchez, 2-1 to Shank. Sanchez tries to frame the pitch, which, if Derek Moshe were calling balls and strikes, might have been effective. It does not matter at all to the automated balls and strike system, or STU, as we love to call it. 3-1. Iorio to Shank. That ball lined into right field for a base hit. Ford will fire into the cutoff man. Shank is on board. It's a 2-out base runner, and The lineup is turned over to Darian Sanford. Darian fly to left field back in the first inning. Shank, a guy who can steal. He is 4 for 4. And this is really a time to try to get a runner into scoring position. Shank stays put, and the fastball misses to Darian. Ball 1 and no strikes. It's the old, if you make it, you give Sanford a chance at the RBI in a single, and he is largely a singles hitter. If he doesn't make it, then you've got the league's leading base stealer leading off the next inning. Almost a win-win situation. Shank doesn't move. The 1-0 pitch, chopped the second. Easy play for Mazzilli. He will underhand to Apostolo, and that will end it. But the Barnstormers do get 2 runs on 3 hits with no errors, and they leave a man. We've completed 2 tonight here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Barnstormers own a 2-0 lead.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel, your go-to motor coach bus company. Supplying your motor coach needs from day trips to multi-day excursions. Trips to New York, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, and all points in between. We can provide you with an itinerary or fulfill all your trips' transportation needs. Providing casino trips monthly. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us a call at 717-269-3124. There's a new force in town. Know any young baseball fans? Make sure they're a part of the Storm Force presented by Commonwealth Charter Academy. For only $25, kids receive 12 field box tickets. To go with the tickets, the Storm Force members will get a backpack, a t-shirt, an invitation to Silo's birthday party, and a chance to meet Barnstormer players over a bowl of ice cream, plus a lot more. What's better than that? Sign up at Lakers.com or stop by the stadium to get those kids involved.
The Barnstormers strike first tonight on the opposite field home run by Ngope. Now, Nate Reed will be facing Ramon Cabrera, Vladimir Frias, and Darby Myers. All will see him from the right side of the plate. Sun is in and out from behind the clouds, out past the left field wall here tonight. The wind we had earlier is all but gone, and temperatures are extremely pleasant for August. Not cool, but the humidity is not a factor, and the temperatures have been in the 80s. Here's Cabrera, the third inning, batting .221 with 2 home runs. He has knocked in 12, and the first pitch from Reed clips the outside corner. It is strike 1. Reed struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced last inning. He comes back to Cabrera. That is a ball off the outside corner, 1-1. It's interesting the difference with the automated strike zone versus the naked eye. Fouled away, and we have a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. The motion. Reed ready to go once again to Frias. I apologize. It looks like we've cut in and out again. Here's a 2-2 offering. That is wide of the plate. Frias has forced a full count here. 3-2 with 1 out and the base is empty. Top half of the third inning. The Barnstormers have just collected the lead in the ball game. Reed's ready. Here's the payoff, and there's another ground ball. This one to the shortstop, Ngope. Throw on the dot. That's two gone. Here in the top of the third, Darby Myers steps in. He bounced back to the hill, leading off the ball game. Reed's got an 8 of 9 so far, pitching brilliantly in the early going. Nate to Myers. Pitch is low. It bounces away from De La Rosa, who can't find it. And the new ball is put in play by Derek Moshe. There must have been some verbal accord there between Myers and De La Rosa that Myers wasn't going to try to steal first base, because De La Rosa had no idea where the ball was, and finally he went back to get it, but not after a new ball had been thrown out to Reed. Breaking ball, good for a strike. It is 1-1 to Myers. Reed working quickly, delivers. This ball is skied to the right. This will belong to Sanford, a step or two back on the lawn. And another 1-2-3 inning for Nate Reed. Nothing across in the top of the third for the Long Island Ducks, and at 2.5. The Barnstormers leading 2-0.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Just like a baseball team needs pitchers, sluggers, relievers, and coaches to win games, a fire company needs firefighters, drivers, fire police officers, and administrative help to be successful. Fire companies need to function as a well-oiled team too, through training, preparing, and working together like a team. When an emergency occurs, your local fire company responds to help save lives and property. Maybe it's time you stepped up to bat and offered to hit a home run for your community. Go to becomeafirefighter.org and sign up. You won't regret taking a swing for the fences. Join the fire service team.
Here's Devon Torrance leading off the Barnstormers' third. Torrance struck out looking back in the first inning, and he'll take a strike from Iorio here. It is 0-1. Lancaster with a 2-0 lead on the home run last inning by Ngope. The Barnstormers scored their 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Gindel last night. 0-1 to Torrance off the outer edge. Ball 1, strike 1. Devon had been swinging the bat very well coming into this homestand, but now is just 2 for 17 in this particular set of games at Clipper Magazine Stadium. It dropped to 242 to start the night. That is slapped foul past first, and he trails 1-2 against Iorio. Gindel on deck, and then Turdoslavich in the lower half of the third inning. Nice turnout tonight. Probably a little short of where we were last night, though, at 60-74. Torrance swinging. He is out on strikes for the second time in the game. One away. Gindel will step in. Caleb, a solid base hit into center field, his first time up. Iorio last time out wasn't in the decision, but a quality start. As a matter of fact, his last 3 starts have all been quality. Only 10 hits and a run in 20 2/3 innings. He's low to Gindel, pitch in the dirt, ball 1, no strikes. He has been brilliant for Wally Backman and company. One out to Gindel. Ground ball. The first baseman will cut it off. That is Apostolo. He'll toss to Iorio. 3-1. 2 are gone, and Terdoslavich, who grounded out to the first baseman his first time up, will step in. Iorio seems to have settled back down here in the 3rd inning, facing the tough part of the lineup. Anytime you can set Gindel down, it's a plus. 2 gone. Terdoslavich stands in against Iorio, and Joe's crowded inside for a ball, 1-0. Can't get over what a pretty night this is. We had a craft fair of some sort here this afternoon, and the conditions on the concourse were so amazingly pleasant. And there was food out there, and some of it smelled so incredible. And I made up my mind I wasn't going to spend any extra money today. I brought a couple things from home. And it was really hard. There's some great looking food. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Iorio back to work. Terdoslavich takes a swing and punches this to center field. He's got a 2-out base hit. The Barnstormers now have picked up 5 against Iorio, which is the most he has allowed in a start since July 15th. Destin Hood doubled and scored last inning. He'll step in with 2 outs and Terdoslavich on board. $11 extra base hits for Destin Hood. He's not a guy you count on necessarily to hit for a high average, but you certainly count on him for power, and he has provided just that. Some much-needed thump from the right side. Pitches outside. Sanchez guns a throw to first. Terdoslavich was aware of its arrival. He was back in standing up. Ball 1, nose to Hood, whose only really big game came in the series finale the last time we were at Long Island. He was 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in the Sunday afternoon game. Ball 1, no strikes. Hood here pulls this down the left field line. That is headed toward the corner. It'll be played off the base of the wall by Myers. Terdoslavich is being sent around. He's going to score easily, and Hood has his second double of the ball game. The Barnstormers take a 3-0 lead. This one pulled down the stripe, whereas the first one was driven to the outfield wall. Back-to-back 2 base hits for Destin Hood. Casey Hobson steps in, looking to extend the lead even more. Fifth and 6th doubles of the season now for Destin, who had struggled after missing 3 games, 3 starts. He did pinch hit a couple times in there. Foul ball back by Hobson. It is 0-1. Good to see Destin back in the swing of things tonight. He had been 0 for 9 over his last 4 games. Again, 2 of those pinch hitting appearances. The runner in scoring position for Hobson. The count is right. Gift and Gope waits on deck. Barnstormers have come out swinging here tonight. Iorio will bring it home, and Hobson clubs a ball down the right side and foul. Stepping over is Lou Ford toward the corner, but he never had a play. 2 strikes now to Hobson, who in the past has been a duck killer, and he does have 2 homers and 9 runs batted in off Long Island this year. Here's the 0-2 from Iorio. Fastball up and ball 1. Lancaster with a 3-run lead, bottom half of the 3rd inning on this tremendous Saturday evening. Lancaster will head out on the road Tuesday, Somerset and York for a total of 6 games. We've got one of those Wednesday morning games on this upcoming trip. Foul ball back, good-looking swing by Hobson. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Well, 11 o'clock Wednesday morning from TD Bank Park. Night games on Tuesday and Thursday, and then we'll be coming your way from Peoples Bank Park in York next weekend, and almost a must-sweep series for the Barnstormers at this stage. In the dirt, 2-2. The Barnstormers in general have to win a bundle of games to entertain the thought of getting to the playoffs this year. It's still possible, but you've got to think the Barnstormers have to go somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-13 the rest of the way. Tonight's a good start. 3-0 lead, and a Hobson. He swings and misses. He becomes the 4th strikeout victim for Joe Iorio, but the Barnstormers pick up their 3rd run. They do it on 2 hits with no errors, 1 man left on base at the end of 3 here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. It's now 3-0 Barnstormers.
Out when in need of new appliances for your home? Come to Gockenauer's in East Petersburg and see what buying from a hometown dealer is all about. We offer the best brands at the best prices, plus deliver, install, and service everything we sell. Don't get burned by another chain store taking your money and then going out of business. Come to the place who has been helping Leicester County for 70 years. Your hometown dealer making the best brands better. Gockenauer's in East Petersburg.
The constant energy, the tight turns and bustle of the city. Some survive it, others were made to conquer it. The first ever Lexus UX and UX F Sport crossovers, crafted for the new frontier. UX, starting at $32,000. See Bobby Rahal Lexus in Mechanicsburg.
MSRP excludes delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,025, which may be subject to change at any time. Excludes taxes, title, license, and optional equipment. Dealer price will vary.
For the Barnstormers tonight, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 3 left. And Long Island, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner has been stranded to this point. Cade Gatta leads off the 4th inning against left-hander Nate Reed. Elsewhere in the Atlantic League tonight, High Point with a 4-1 lead over York in the top of the 3rd. York has begun to cool off a bit. And High Point right now in charge in the Liberty Division second half. First pitch to Gatta is a strike call, 0-1. New Britain is up 2-1 over Southern Maryland in the 4th, and Sugarland has put 4 on the board, still batting in the 1st inning against Vince Molesky and the Somerset Patriots. Beginning to look like this may be a rare season where Somerset doesn't get to the playoffs. Foul ball back, it's 1-2. They've lost a lot of personnel, including all that pitching in a span of a couple of weeks. Gatta at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leading off the 4th inning, L.J. Mazzilli, their only base runner so far, waits on deck. Here's the motion, the 1-2. Breaking ball, far upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. De La Rosa gives Reed the signals. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball. Gata is gone on number 3 for Reed. If Reed should win this game tonight, it would be his 31st victory as a Barnstormer, and that would tie him with Ross Peoples for second all-time, and he'd need just one more to tie Dwayne Pollock, his teammate from 2013. L.J. Mazzilli stands in. Mazzilli, right-handed batter. He walked, stole second in the opening inning. Reed will come to the plate, and this is grounded softly to third. Bobbled by Shank. He can't find the handle. And Mazzilli is on base for the second time in the ball game. That will go down as an error to Shank. It gives the Ducks an opening with one out here in the 4th inning, and Lou Ford stepping in. Ford grounded out 5-3 back in the 1st inning. In this starting lineup for the Ducks, realistically, Mazzilli has the best numbers. It's a lineup that's been to some degree decimated. They don't have Steve Lombardozzi, rather. They don't have David Washington. Ezekiel Carrera left. There's a first pitch strike in on Ford. It is 0-1. Matt Dendecker and Kirk Neuenhuis retired. So it's definitely not the same lineup they had in the first half. But as we found out last night, they can still do some things. To Ford, no balls and 1 strike. Reed deals. It's fouled off. 0-2. Oh, an early happy birthday to Lou. A guy I have to think is eventually going to manage a team in this league somewhere down the road, whether it's the Ducks or another squad. He's moved to Central Islip, originally a Texan, but he's very happy. This is his 10th season playing for the Ducks, which ties him with Ross Peoples for the most seasons appearing in a game in one uniform. Foul ball back. It's 0-2. The most seasons in a uniform for one club as a player, coach, or manager is an interesting race as well. I think Brett Jody and Kevin Baez, Sparky Lyle are up there. 0-2, bounces. De La Rosa looking to throw behind Mazzilli, but there's no play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That error has certainly added a challenge to this inning for Reed. Mazzilli regardens his leading spot. And Mazzilli had better be careful because Reed has always had a great step-off move, and it's still there. And he could break it out at any moment. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ford. Nate looking toward first base. He'll come to the plate, and that is strike 3 called. Ford goes down looking. 4 strikeouts for Nate Reed here tonight. And with 2 gone, Devinson Romero will come to the plate. Romero struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. Reed seems to be in control. He's got the 3-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Nate working on another gem. He's coming off one last Saturday against Sugarland. To Romero, off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. And that is Reed's top-notch pitch right there. He's got a decent fastball that he spots well and moves it around, but that changeup is what makes him special, and especially against right-handed hitters. The left-hander from up the road in Berks County comes back 0-1, pitches outside. De La Rosa fires behind Mazzilli, but he's back. Ball 1, strike 1. Crowd is filled in. It's, again, not bad. I don't think it's quite where we were last night. I'm thinking 5,400 tonight, maybe 5,500. One ball, one strike to Romero. Mazzilli leads off first. He goes nowhere. Ball 2 is low. Reed again trying to fool Romero with off-speed stuff down and away, and it hasn't worked since the first pitch of the trip. 2-1 to Romero. They got him for Rando Moreno earlier in the season. We've seen both of them on this homestand. Moreno with New Britain and Romero here with the Ducks. 2-1. That is smashed toward the middle, but Ngope gets over from behind second. He'll fire on. Romero is out 6-3. The error does not harm Nate Reed or the Barnstormers. No runs, no hits. The one error and one man left on base. In the middle of the fourth, the Barnstormers are up by a 3-0 score.
Like craft beers? Well, the best place to be in Lancaster then is Clipper Magazine Stadium. That's right. Celebrate baseball or just a night with your friends at the Broken Bat Deck down the right field line. The Broken Bat features more than 20 local craft breweries and product from a local winery. Food is sold off a pub-style menu. And new for 2019, there will be a trivia contest every Saturday evening beginning at 5, hosted by Cheaters Never Prosper. So get together, hang out with your friends, make some new ones, and enjoy a night of craft beer sampling along with a Barnstormers game.
Tuxedo Tour and Travel. If you want to be there, we'll get you there. New York, Washington, D.C. We service all casinos, day trips, or multis. Lebanon's #1 tour bus company, providing monthly casino trips. Sands of Bethlehem, Resort of Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun of Pocono Downs. Go to www.tuxedotour.com or give us
base, but they'll be turned down by P.J. McConville. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Switched on at the ballpark. The shadows now encompass most of the field here, but not the entire thing. 2-2. And Ngope looks at ball 3 off the inside corner. He has worked the count to full on Iorio. Neither he nor Reed running a terribly high pitch count here through the first 3.5 innings. And Ngope waiting on the full count delivery. Here it is, and it is fouled back. Top of the screen behind the plate. Still 3-2. There is Caldwell tonight. He had a little friction after the game last night, from what I understand. And Ngope swings and misses. That would have been ball. Instead, Iorio strikes out his 5th. And De La Rosa, one of those strikeout victims, will step in. I don't know exactly what happened because the game was over. I was collecting the detail, such as time and attendance, and wrapping up my scorebook, but there was a bit of a heated discussion from what I understand. The information I've gotten, and nothing official, but somebody on the Barnstormers side was ejected. Game. De La Rosa stings this, and it's past Frias for a base hit. Anderson De La Rosa aboard on the 7th Lancaster hit of this Saturday evening. Got it by Vladimir Frias to his left. Shank steps in. Zach singled to right against Iorio. Back in the 2nd inning. Shank still trying to get his average over 200. And he's oh so close. 199 at the moment. He needs another base hit before the night is out. Slider away, ball one and no strikes. We'll see if he's in the lineup tomorrow or not. He may have to be. De La Rosa off first. Iorio to the plate, and he is up and into Zach for ball two. Darian Sanford waiting on deck. 3-0 Barnstormers. Lancaster has unloaded some extra base punch tonight. A 2-run home run by Ngope and a pair of doubles by Destin Hood. Destin has scored a run, and he's knocked one in. To Shank. Here comes the 2-0. Zach lets it go where he's been, but the left side has been problematic. He's already 0 for 2 tonight. He takes a ball outside. It is 1-0. He's only 41 for 213, down around 192 as a left-handed batter, and he had climbed up to about 250. Bouncing ball, second base. This could be 2. The feed to Frias for 1. The bounce past Apostolo, and here comes De La Rosa to score. Well, they tried to rush the double play on Sanford, and instead created an even bigger problem for themselves. Shank is out 4-6 on the force. De La Rosa scores on the throwing error by Vladimir Frias, and Sanford is up the second base. The throw went down the dugout steps, and the Barnstormers now lead 4-0 as the result of the throwing error. You can't assume the double play right there, so if you're rebuilding the inning, it's first and third with 2 outs instead of second and a run home with 2 outs. There is a pickoff throw by Iorio that ends up in center field, but Sanford can't get up and head to third. Backed up nicely by Cade Gata. The Barnstormers had a stretch like this in the top of the 9th last night where for the span of a couple of batters they played Bad News Bears baseball, and now it has befallen the Long Island Ducks in the bottom of the 4th tonight. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to major league teams. Torrance bats with Sanford at second, and they're going to throw behind Darian, and again the throw gets away from Frias. Iorio keeps missing Vladimir toward the right side of the field. Frias got a piece of that one. There was a play on Darian Sanford there. Iorio simply missed the moving target. So far, the Barnstormers have had a productive night at the plate, having scored 3 innings in a row. At the moment, this run is unearned. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanford takes off, and the pitch is bounded foul over in the direct Steffi. I think the whole technical problem stems from the fact that nobody wants you to hear the interview with Troy. I tried to air the last couple of nights, and I think we at least got part of that into a full motion as of yet. Torrance just looking for a bit to the outfield here. Darian's going to score. Unless it's one hop right to Ford and right. Foul ball back. Torrance keeps his. Iorio gave up 8 hits and 5 runs in a loss again back on July the 6th. But if memory serves me correctly, that was the night that the Ducks clinched. He knew it before that game got terribly far along. Torrance takes ball 2. That was inside and low from Iorio. The count runs to 2-2. This half inning's taken a while. We're on just the 5th batter, but Iorio's about to. Of course, the inning has been extended by the presence of Sanford on the bases. Doesn't matter where he is. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sanford goes. The pitch is outside. The throw by Sanchez is off target and actually saved by Romero. That could have easily ended up in left field, and Sanford could have jogged home if it had. Darian Sanford with stolen base number 4. It's 175 now for Darien in his 3 seasons with the Barnstormers. He still needs 16 more to catch number 5 in Atlantic League history. Little pooch and a diving try by Frias. He makes a wonderful catch in shallow left field. The ball not hit quite hard enough. And Frias, who made a throwing error to allow the run to score, saves another with a great play to the backhand side against Devon Torrance. Not hit well, but Frias had to chase that down in the hole and make the diving catch to end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error, 1 man left, a 4-0 lead.
Remove the wrong piece and the whole structure might fall apart. Not talking about the Barnstormers lineup, I'm talking about the life-size Jenga game that is part of the Subaru outdoor experience down the right field line at Clipper Magazine Stadium.
But it's there in time. Nice soft hop up to Casey Hobson with Sanchez, who doesn't run well. Then Gope made the right play. 1 out. And Apostolo will step in. The first baseman struck out looking back. L.J. Mazzilli, the only Duck to have reached base so far tonight. He walked in the first and was aboard on a fielding error in the 4th inning. Apostolo stands in against Reed. The left-hander brings it home. He is inside here for ball 1-0. But this is back to the Nate Reed, who, if you add the playoffs in, last year set the franchise record for most consecutive scoreless innings. A ground ball out of Apostolo. Shank fields and fires to cut him down. 2 outs. And that brings on Ramon Cabrera, the designated hitter. Cabrera out 5-3 back in the 3rd inning. Reed with a 4-0 lead. Remember, he threw scoreless baseball into the 7th a week ago tonight. He was lifted after giving up a base hit to Juan Silverio, and Jason Martinson had a fairly deep fly ball to right. He threw 85 pitches in the game. Tonight he's only at 54. Cabrera awaiting. Reed brings it home, and he is off the outside corner. Ball 1, no strikes on the switch hitting DH. The other catcher for, or one of the other catchers. They have a third by the name of Nick Garland. Cabrera and Sanchez usually alternate behind the plate. Fastball is there. And a Cabrera, a ball and a strike. Sun just about down here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Top half of the 5th inning on a Saturday night with fireworks. Smashed foul outside the first base bag. And to the left of the first base coach, Wally Backman has actually got to spend some time with Wally today. As a matter of fact, I've spent a fair amount of time with him the last 2 days. And despite the reputation of being the fiery manager and some of the wild ejections that he's had over the years, he's actually a very, very likable fellow. 1-2. Bouncing ball over the mound. And Gope charging in will throw on the run and get who's also not terribly fast. And Nate Reed continuing to live on ground balls. He has retired 15 of 6 so far tonight, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through regulation with the Barnstormers up 4-0.
At Clipper Magazine Stadium, we have hot dogs and popcorn, peanuts, soda, and nachos. But what if, say, you are old and mom wants to have a night out and watch the Barnstormers? Well, thanks to